Hola and welcome. Now today is a beautiful, gorgeous, sunny day. The perfect light, the perfect everything atmosphere to do another Walkman haul. And I think it's time to show what more goodies I've got. Because there are some really nice ones that I got this time. I mean, it's not a haul as in I didn't buy them all at once. Numero uno is the one which I actually got out of the attic. It is a Sony WM-FX77. It takes no AA batteries. It actually takes the gumstick battery, which is here, and also it has the adapter here, which you know, to put AA's in, so you have an extra one. It has continuous play mode. It's got Dolby. And it's actually got radio as well. So it doesn't have a hold button because the hold is actually, you know, this thing, the controls, you know. So this has got radio controls here, but the only problem is that this was actually featured in one of my previous videos, the one where I found the goodies or the treasures around the house. Now, if you notice over here, it has the socket for a remote, and that is with the headphones combined. Now this is what I really hated about Sony. I like Sony vintage, but when it started getting into proprietary stuff like this, then it started getting seriously annoying because, you know, you cannot use one remote control from one Sony Walkman on another one like this. But I think these weren't that common. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just judging by what I'm seeing here. But I haven't actually tried this. I don't know if it works. I don't know, you know, what it's like. So now I have got myself some gumstick batteries from eBay, and they're pretty cheap. Unfortunately, I do not have a charger. However, I've got a way around that. Now what I've got myself are these Vapex batteries, and these are from eBay. I mean, to me, Vapex sounds like, you know, an e-cigarette company. But these are something like, you know, 4 to 5 euros, you know, very cheap actually. But one thing I've noticed, I decided to get a few of them, you know, just in case. There's a reason why they're so cheap, because on other listings I saw these for something like, you know, exactly the same ones for something like, you know, 20 euros each. So why is one seller selling the cheap ones and one seller selling more expensive ones? Well, I have a suspicion. I did open one and you know, try and charge it, and what I'm actually using to charge it is my Sony mini disc recorder, because, you know, it's got, you can put it in. I've actually charged one already, and you can put it in and use the power adapter and it will just start charging it. So I've got a charger, and chargers come really expensive for this. Okay, now the first one which I tried charging was this, and it just, at first it refused to charge. So I completely discharged it, and you know, when I fully charged it, it only lasted, you know, less than one mini disc worth, you know, like something like 40 minutes. And that's nothing, you know, each disc is like 75 minutes. So this was useless, and I think the reason why these are so cheap is because they've been on the shelf for a while. This is my guess. Well, is what I'm figuring anyway. But the next battery which I tried, you know, worked out fine, and it's lasting quite a long time actually. You know, it's been playing this mini disc a few times over. I've been doing some hardcore tests. So let's try and see if this thing works, right? But let's see if the machine actually works itself. Okay, it makes a sound. Let me put it close to the microphone. Every time I press play, it makes a sound. Now you can hear that I think the belt has actually perished completely, and the motor cannot latch onto anything. Okay, so numero dos is the Sony WM-EX610, and this is one which I really like the look of, and I thought, okay, I'm taking this one. But yeah, it was so cheap because of some sort of fault, so I'm guessing it's probably just going to be the belt. Let's see what's wrong with this. I hope there's nothing wrong with it, because it's kind of nice. I hope it's easy to fix whatever it is. So let's kind of put this in. By the way, my battery is showing low, and Doofus over here did not charge her second freaking battery, so I may have to kind of like stop and do it later. Okay, so let's play something in here. I have my Amiga tracks, because I don't want to be done for copyright, and I can kind of get away with playing these for a little while. So to rewind, how'd you rewind? This. Okay, it's on hold, which means okay, we've got stuff happening. Okay, it's turning. Okay, it's very shaky. I think the belt is probably on its way out. I mean, I think this is a model from 2000, probably 2001, something like this. Yeah, the belt sounds shaky, but it works. So it's got Dolby, it's got bass boost. There's no switches on here. This is slim. It's really nice. I like it. Okay, very crackly volume control. Okay, this remote control has a few issues. Maybe that's why it was sold as faulty. Ooh, that's the bass. And that's RV. RV, I think it's that... no, RV is reverse playing. The mega bass? Oh, it's groove, or something like this. It's got a few different sound modes, and it also has that what do you call it? That enhancer, that sound enhancer, which makes it sound more CD-like. Apparently, I've heard of this before. But anyway, this seems to kind of, you know, work pretty well. So yay, let's put this aside, and I think this just needs restoring, and that's it. However, the remote control seems, you know, like it is a bit goofed, to be honest. I think that's probably the issue with this. Right, so let's put this down and let's go to numero 3. Now this is the Panasonic RQX15. Now this one is one which I had throughout my teenage years. The first one I had was another, but this one was this was the one I had the last 2 years of high school, and the first year of college as well. Now the original one, which I had, was borrowed from a friend, and they did not return it to me. You know, they still have it, but I'm no longer in contact with them. Now this one I got again because I saw it going really cheap as faulty. Now I know this doesn't work, but let's hope it does work. But it takes one AA battery. Now this is probably the thinnest you're gonna get one with a AA battery. As you can see here, you know, that's where the AA is, so they're trying to make it as thin as possible. But okay, now this has a battery indicator here. You press it and it just gives you a level, and right now it's just showing 2, so the battery is full enough. It's over half. So let's kind of like put a cassette in and see what happens. Okay, it's trying its best. If you listen to the motor, I think the belt is better. So if you listen, yeah, you can see it's trying its best, but it just cannot, because there's probably no belt there. It's probably perished. Oh, more goo for me to freaking clean. Okay, so we have this, but kind of doesn't work. But I'll class it as working. Because I like to think positive. I want to get this one fixed because this one is like special memories for me. It's like the final 2 years of high school and the first year of college. This is a WM-EX610. Now this one is pretty gorgeous. I find this gorgeous as a design. I love it. It's like the color is the perfect blue. It's my favorite kind of blue, but in metallic, you know. It's a little lighter, it's a little paler, but it's still, you know, my favorite blue in metallic, and I love this. And I really hope this is working because this was also sold as untested. It's actually very similar to the other one, which I have. Let's put this down here and I'll show you. Okay, I'm not sure if I said numero 3 to this or numero 4. This is numero 4 because this is the 4th one. Now if I compare this to numero 2, you can see the difference in blue. Now I got this because it's blue, but I got this because it's my favorite kind of blue. Now let's check if this works, because I'm really wanting it to work. Actually, this came with a remote control as well, so maybe this remote control is not faulty. I hope it's not. Please, please, please. Okay. I need to put a freaking cassette in, don't I? So let's kind of like put this in here, and please. Does that work? Come on. Oh, hold on, it switched on. Something here. Come on, I'm gonna make this one work. I don't care, this one has to work. There's no choice, it doesn't have a choice. Okay, this kind of turns, this works, because I can see that turning. But this thing here is loose, you know, this battery compartment, because it's kind of got a loose connection. It's not making, you know, it's not making any contact sometimes, which is why it kind of fails to, you know, it just completely fails. But let's connect this and see if it works. Okay, it works. It's got another crackly volume control, but my goodness, it works. I'm not sure. One of these operates Dolby. No, that just stops it. If you let me check the remote control for it. Now you see, I didn't mind, you know, this plug and socket for the remote control. You know, the standard Sony one, because this seems a little more universal, and I can accept that. But that stupid other one with the first, you know, with numero uno, was, you know, that sucked. Wow, what am I connecting to my headphones? Freaking laptop power supply. I'm meant to connect this. It's a little shaky, of course. It does need, I think the belt's gonna need changing anyway. Now with this came this thing here, and this has a AA battery inside, which you just put in here, and then you screw onto this like this, and you have the option of having, you know, it powered by AA. Now this, I can put it on this one as well. It's got the same connections and the same everything. Yes, go Sony, thank you for that. Isn't this exciting? We're talking about these like it's like the modern things that have just come out. A Duet PC173. Well, it looks like this. And it is very interesting, actually, because it has I don't know, do you call it horizontal or vertical? This is horizontal. It's a horizontal Walkman, and it's like, you know. So this thing takes, I think, 4 AA's. Yes, it takes 4 AA's. Will they get lost if I put them in there? Hey, it doesn't want to go in. It's like, are these batteries too big? Oh, it doesn't take AA's. It takes LR6MN1500 or equivalent. What the freak is one of them? They must be just smaller than AA's, because this AA just doesn't want to go in. And this was sold cheap and untested also, because clearly the dude couldn't test it, because he couldn't put... I'm sure they could. They got a DC 6-volt input here. Let me just see if I can... Let me get an adapter for this. Why does the battery light come on? It's not even on battery. The cool thing about this is that it's actually got separate left-right volume, which is like, you know, it's got balance. Let's kind of plug this in. If you put it like this, it just looks like a reel-to-reel. Like a tiny, diddly miniature reel-to-reel. It's kind of cute. So that's kind of... Okay, the belt definitely needs changing on this. Okay, so it's got tuning here. Like, of course, here it's got a radio. So it's got tuning here. It's got the usual, you know, rewind, forward, cue, play stuff. And it's got dual headphones, which is pretty cool. And it's got this thing called a hotline. Maybe if you want to call the number, you just press this. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Okay, that's very loose. I cannot hear any sound. Well, anyway, this one doesn't seem to have any sound, but it's pretty funky looking. Okay, so this one, we forgot. We forgot this one. The freak are you, dude? Hold on, where's this one? What's the one in which I had in mid-high school? It's like late high school I ended up getting this one, and as you can see it's like a slimmer design, and but mid-high school I had this one, and this one is a really nice one. I mean, it was a hand down from my brother, which is why I ended up having it, because it was kind of expensive in the day. It was like the day of, you know, freaking play forward stuff type ones. And anyway, this one has a 4-band equalizer, which obviously includes X bass. It wouldn't make sense to have X bass separate, but there you go. It has a chrome metal tape selector, and it has a Dolby on-off. Of course it's on-off, I meant Dolby B. I meant Dolby B. And volume and headphones. And it's also got a 3-volt in, DC jack in. It's got the usual mechanical controls. It's got a mechanical auto reverse control, which is, you know, pretty cool. It just changes to the next side when it finishes. And yeah, everything is mechanical. There's nothing electronic on this whatsoever. And the inside is cool because it's metallic, as you can see there. And I had this, as I said, I had this, you know, mid-high school. I used to really like this. So this is the one which I'm gonna, of course, use the most. I'm gonna try and get this fixed because it's really nice, and it is the, you know, the most slim one. When I say use the most, I mean use it when I'm traveling or walking around, you know, just as a normal Walkman player. And of course, I'm gonna stop talking about it now. You can see how dear it is to me. Okay, so here is the Walkman haul. If you wish to watch the first one, the first Walkman haul, the link is in the description below, or this letter I in the corner here. I think it's here. Yes, it's here. Just click on that, and you will see the related videos which I have, you know, put in there for you down here. Thanks so much for your likes, your shares, and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you wish to see more, don't forget to subscribe, and if you want to be notified, do click on that bell icon when subscribing. And for now, I will say adios. I would like to say a big thank you to my patrons: James Burr, Casual Commodore, Al Hunt, Cameron Armstrong, Hazemaker, Gadget UK164, Linus Johansson, Rudiger Stiedel, and Rofi Otterstein. I really hope I pronounced your names correctly, but thanks so much really for your donations and your generosity. And if you wish to support me on Patreon, the link is in the description below.